that places anti-corruption agencies under Prosecutor General control. EU officials say this move undermines democratic principles and threatens Kyiv's EU membership hopes. The law strips independence from bodies like NABU and SAP, sparking nationwide protests for the first time since Russia's invasion. EU Commission President Ursula von der Leyen expressed strong concerns to Zelenskyy, while Germany and Sweden warned that the changes raise serious questions about Ukraine's commitment to reform. EU financial aid, though not yet suspended, remains unconditional or conditional on Kyiv upholding the rule of law. Now we are joined by Adrian Calamel. He's a terrorism scholar joining us live from New York. Thank you, Adrian, for joining us today. Good to see you. Now, President Zelensky's decision has drawn sharp criticism, even from European leaders. So from your perspective, how does this move impact Ukraine's efforts to maintain democratic principles and strengthen its rule of law?
Well, good evening, Azuma. Thank you for having me. This move by Zelenskyy is he's has a habit here of he's kind of pushing friends away. To do this, there's been a lot of criticism. You've seen it from the Trump administration or heard it from the Trump administration about the Ukraine, the way it operates under Zelenskyy, with all the aid that's gone over there and billions of dollars. And there's been concerns about graft, about that taking place, and then for him to undercut any type of monitoring agencies with the EU, which is, in my estimation, the one organization that stood by Zelenskyy through Trump and Putin's negotiations, and he's now making a move that's it's going to be detrimental to him. It's going to only enforce Russian propaganda points that Zelenskyy is a dictator, that he's running a crony nepotism oligarchy, if you want to call it that. So it's just a poor move by him. It's going to hurt him domestically, and it's going to hurt him with aid coming from the rest of the world. And then right when things seem to be patching up with President Trump because of Russian aggressions, this is going to put another fly in the ointment, so to speak.
And Andrew, now EU which rarely criticizes Ukraine, has now criticized. How critical is the independence of an anti-corruption bodies for Ukraine's path towards EU integration, and could this decision derail Kyiv's aspiration for EU membership?
Yeah, the anti-corruption part is a huge part of it, a big part of EU membership and getting Ukraine into this. But I do find it hypocritical in some ways that the EU is talking about anti-corruption when they have some major corruption scandals that were really never resolved, like Qatargate. That happened with resulted in the removal of a member of parliament. So they have their own corruption problems, but you do need an independent corruption body that acts independently. Does the EU have a body, or are those bodies acting independently without corruption? I would hope so, but that's the way it's supposed to work, and that's that's the way you get results.
Thank you very much, Andrew Calamere, for joining us today and sharing your insight as a terror scholar.